Hey there, welcome to CNT Collectibles. I am C.
I am T.
And we're going to continue on with our long-term investment series with the shortstops. And so
My favorite position.
Your favorite position, absolutely.
Also center field as well. I can't choose.
That'll be a couple down the road here. So you don't have to choose. You can
choose.
like both. That's okay. It's okay. So really what we're trying to do here is find players that will have long-lasting relevance. So we don't have to flip them or anything like that. We can buy them, give them a little bit of room. And don't feel like we have to exit the position or watch them. Yeah, you got to watch them and do the homework on it. I've done the homework. I'm the guy you get the copy off of in math class.
I'm the one that actually does the real math, not like the baseball math.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, anyways, it's the night before Thanksgiving, and I brought my turkey, so let's get into it.
I was born on Thanksgiving.
Exactly. Happy birthday, turkey.
So
all right, we're gonna try and nice. We're gonna try and figure out who might be on that long-term path and learn a little something about the Hall of Fame on the way here. So there's 26 members in the MLB Hall of Fame at the shortstop position. The average Fangraphs WAR of those 26 is 63.34. The highest Fangraphs WAR is 138.2. Honus Wagner, class of 36. That was the initial class, I believe. Most hits, 34.65. Derek Jeter, number 2. Derek Jeter, class of 2020. And the most home run belonged to Ernie Banks, 512, class of 77. In the 3,000 hit club, we have Jeter, Wagner, Ripken Jr., and Robin Yount. And the sole member of the 500 home run club is the aforementioned Ernie Banks. Do you know all that?
I know all those players.
You know all the players. That works out. That's all right. So a person that's not in, but maybe should get a little bit more consideration.
I don't know that player.
No, he played in 1891 to 1911. 77.5 Fangraphs WAR. We know that back in the olden days, the WAR doesn't mean as much as it does now. They were kind of all over the place. But that's a pretty good number. He played for 20 years, kind of grounded it out, kind of was a bit of a grinder. But his defense was pretty excellent, and he was on the ballot for 2 years. Never got more than 1.3% of the vote. But I think you're going to see some of these names maybe start to pop up again. Again, they have like 87 new Hall of Fame committees, and there's a committee dedicated to players of that era, and he may get some more consideration.
He played before Babe Ruth.
Yes, he did. 3 years before Babe Ruth started. So exactly.
But I'm surprised he's still not the first player ever to be to play MLB.
No, he was still 20 years after. So, all right, caution. So when we're doing this, this is not a guarantee that all these players are going to work out by any stretch here. So you got to keep on it, and things are going to happen from time to time. So we can look at the trajectories of Nomar Garciaparra. The blue line, of course, is the average WAR of a Hall of Fame shortstop, and the orange line is the specific player. And Nomar got off till he shot, then injuries took over, and he just kind of flattened out. Same thing with Tulowitzki. He was tracking very well and fell off the pace, and injuries. He had to hang it up around in his early 30s or something like that. So we'll do the best we can here, but things do happen from time to time. So we'll just.
I know Tulowitzki, but if it was the same team, I would change Nomar to Xander Bogaerts, and I'd change Tulo to Bulbasaur.
All right, we'll see if you're right here. So a couple players on deck: Bobby Whitt Jr. and C.J. Abrams. They are speculative. They do not have much of a track record.
I know Abrams is going to be a good prospect, but
he already is a good prospect.
I'd still rather go with Tatis.
Well, he's one of the best players in the game. I don't think many would argue with you. It's more of a sure thing.
Also,
but we're not going to see these guys today because they're more speculative, and perhaps down the road we will. But
Bobby Witt, probably the best player on the Royals, or the best prospect.
He might be. So, all right, we're going to start off with Tim Anderson. We've got about 10 players, and we're going to look at who's below the line, who's on track, and who's above the line. So the reason that we do this is not to see who's on the track, but see who's so wildly off the track that maybe even if they have a ridiculous hot streak, we don't chase them or anything like that because we know their long-term prospects are maybe not that great. So his career WAR is 14. The average Hall of Fame WAR at age 27, 28 is between 26 and 31. So he needs to double what he's doing to really get back on track, which is a tall order. 800 hits, 91 home runs, and WRC plus of 104. He's got an all-star game, a silver slugger, and a batting title, so he can hit. There's no question about that. But is it kind of an empty batting average with not a lot of power or anything like that? So
the Hall of Fame track,
he's a late start, and he's putting up respectable numbers to track, but you need to come up early and produce early, and he has not done that. So
he's at 11. At 11, they'd be like 30 or 40.
Exactly. Javi Baez, 17 wins above replacement.
Okay, this is weird. So this is Baez.
Correct. Why is that weird?
But that's the Hall of Fame track?
The blue's the Hall of Fame track, and the orange is Javi Baez.
I know, but
You'll see. Age 28, the average Hall of Famer has 31 wins, and so he needs to be up here. And so there's a couple of All-Star MVP level seasons between him and being on track here. So 800 hits, 149 home runs. Weighted runs created, that's 17.5 is not correct. It should be higher than that. So I think he's in the.
I'm like Baez. Why is his stats like that if it's Javi Baez?
Exactly. He's not great. He had some really good seasons here, but he had a negative season. Not only was it a half season for most players, he was negative during that season. That really hurt things. I mean, the really good players. You look at Freeman, Jose Ramirez, things of that nature. They were actually able to put up, 2-3 win seasons and kind of keep it going. He was not. So he's a two-time All-Star, Silver Slugger, Gold Glove, and a top 5 MVP, but he's got some work to do. He's beneath the line for now.
And he's the best player on the Cubs.
Right. He's not even on the Cubs.
What?
He's traded to the Mets.
Oh,
he's free agent, though, so he could go back to the Cubs.
The Cubs lost all their players then. Because they lost Rizzo, they lost Bryant, they lost Javi.
They didn't lose them. They traded them. They were out of it, and so they traded them. Wisely traded them. All right. Willie Adames. What? So, yeah, no.
Well, he made it to the World Series in 2020. So.
Exactly. But, it's baseball. It takes more than one player to do that. So, career award, 9.9.
And it's Willie Adames.
Average Hall of Fame award, age 25, 17.3. So, off the track. A little bit later start. But his career, he's 333 hits, 63 home runs, weighted runs created, 111. So he could play. And we saw what happened when he was traded mid-season to Milwaukee. The rest of the season after that trade, he was a top 2 or 3 shortstop in the league. And so he's got skill. And even in a shortened season last year, he produced. And so he is not wildly off the track, believe it or not.
He's only had a 3-year season.
Exactly.
No, not a 3-year season, a 3-year career.
3-year career, or something like that. Yeah. So he's produced. He's tracking. Can he be a 5 or 6 win player? If he can do that, then we've got something here. So the odds are long, but it's important to run the numbers on everybody and keep them on the radar. Trevor Story. Everybody likes Trevor Story.
They lost Arenado, so now they got the best player, Trevor Story.
Well, he's a free agent. They're talking to him. We'll see what happens. But yeah, exactly. They're talking to him. We'll see what happens. Maybe best for him to go somewhere else. But career Fangraphs WAR 21.6, and the average Hall of Famer at age 28 has 31 wins, and so he is off the track. 763 hits, 158 home runs, 112 weighted runs created. So he's got a decent stick. 2 All-Star games, 2 Silver Sluggers, and you can see again coming up a little bit late. But putting up some really nice seasons and tracking okay, but again, that late start. So what has to happen with these guys is they'll have to continue to track and then just be better for longer. A lot of these guys start to fade around age 35, and he'll have to be productive up until that age and a little bit past. So the chances aren't great, but it's still within the realm of possibility. Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
Bulbasaur, here we go.
Who this guy? Here we go.
I don't know him. I
never heard of him.
I don't have that card now.
Exactly.
I don't know him.
His career WAR, just a couple of years in, 7.5. Most Hall of Famers at age 23, 8.31. So he's coming up early and he's producing, and this is exactly what you want to see right now. So
he's at
hits, home runs, weighted runs created.
Exactly. He's at 8 or 9, so that's pretty good.
He's right there. He's right there. So you can see he's tracking. And this is when you look at Hall of Famers, they kind of do this. They either start early and they're way above the line, so they all track. It's like, when do you come up?
So Bulbasaur is on the track just a late start.
Yeah, not even a late start, just like right there. A lot of these guys are starting at age 21, 22. He's right there. He's got an All-Star game. So this is one that is absolutely worth monitoring if he can keep doing what he's been doing.
Yeah, it's only been like 2 years in his career, and he already has an All-Star game, and he's on the track.
He's terrific. He's an amazing player. Weighted runs created, that's an darn near elite bat at a position where you don't see a lot of those. And
There's a better one that's coming.
Are you sure?
My favorite one.
Corey Seeger's your favorite one. Terrific.
No,
okay.
No.
Career WAR, Fangraphs WAR 23.7. At age 26 to 27, he had a birthday in the middle of the season. So yay! Happy birthday
I had my birthday
Corey.
2 years ago.
2 days ago?
No, 2 days ago.
There you go.
Yeah, I did have one 2 days ago.
Was it like half a leap year or something? All right. Average Hall of Fame WAR 26, 27, 21 to 26. So he is right on track here. 718 hits, 104 home runs, 132, and he's an elite level bat. When he came back this year after his injury, he was the best shortstop in the game. So he is that capability. A couple All-Star games, a couple Silver Sluggers, top 5 MVP, and a Rookie of the Year. Came out like a shot. Then had a few seasons where he's been injured. But even last year, he was able to put up some numbers in the short season.
He was above the line at like. He was above the line.
That's terrific. Absolutely. Now he's kind of right on the line. It depends on where again, he's right in the middle there. So I think we have it run more towards that. But he would be like right on the line here.
Seeger might be the best one so far, but there's a better one coming, or at least my favorite one coming.
You have no idea. So, anyways, worth watching. If he can stay healthy and play at the level he's capable of, then I think we got something here. So I like him.
Not that guy though.
Oh, I like this guy.
I like this guy, just not
31 WAR, average Hall of Famer age 21, 31 WAR. It's a tick above. He's a tick above.
That's
1,200 hits, 141 home runs, weighted runs created 116, 3-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger, and a top 5 MVP. This is the best.
That's the best line I've seen so far.
He is the best.
There's a better one coming.
Stop that. You keep saying that. You can predict it. You got to tell me when. So, Xander Bogaerts, over the past 4 years, he's been the best offensive shortstop in the game. He's terrific. And he's on a major market team. And
since he lost Mookie Betts, he's
nice.
now taken the team captain place.
I don't know if that's true, but...
he's taken the best player on the team place.
Perhaps. I like that. So, Devers. What about Devers? All right.
He's also tied with Bogaerts.
There you go. Beautiful track here. Love it. So, even in the COVID year, didn't throw him off or anything like that. He is continuing to rock and roll, and that is a player I like to.
There we go. Finally. Oh my God. How long did it take you? Look at that.
I know. 12 wins. Average Hall of Famer 22. 4 wins. So he is.
I told you.
Yeah. Well, since I put this together, I was not surprised. All-Star game, 2 Silver Sluggers, 2 top 5 MVPs. Basically, he's been a top 5 MVP player every year he's played.
I have that card.
Very good. So, this is not a Hall of Fame path. This is an all-time elite.
Oh, there.
Mike Trout, Albert Pujols.
That's Tatis, not Mike Trout.
I know. Well, he's played the equivalent of a full season, and it's been a 10-win season for him. So he's done just a little bit more than a full season. So this is elite level stuff here. And so his prices I would expect to stay high.
And he literally started off hot.
He started early, and he's producing. He's doing everything you want him to do. So can that shoulder stay healthy? Even if it doesn't, he's still a top 5 MVP candidate.
Best shortstop in the game.
There you go. So yeah, I think a lot of people. Thank you. Yes, you're very wise. I think a lot of people would agree with you. But yes, this is elite, and as long as he is doing what he's doing, then you can expect to pay a premium for his cards here. All right, last couple. Carlos Correa.
Oh gosh.
25 wins.
Tatis.
Think about it. He's 26 years old. Feels like he's been around forever. Came up when he was 19. So 20. What? I know. 21 wins is the average Hall of Famer. He's ahead of the pace. 781 hits, 133 home runs, elite level bat, couple All-Star games, Gold Glove, Platinum Glove, and a top 5 MVP.
How do you get a
Platinum Glove? So Gold Glove is the best at the position.
I know what Gold Glove is.
Right. Platinum Glove is just the best fielder in the division total of all the Gold Gloves. So take all the Gold Glovers and then pick the best one out of there. Platinum Glove. Yep. So anyways, he started off like a shot, came out with amazing seasons. Then he's been hurt, but it still hasn't mattered. He's been hurt, and he's been able to put up some serious numbers. This year he was healthy. And you see what he can do. He's a 5 or 6 win player.
It's only because he made it to the World Series. Tatis would have made it to the World Series.
Right, yeah, maybe. I don't know. No, but this is a great trajectory, and his cards are still dirt cheap. We'll look at it at the end. We'll look at the price relative.
Tatis is better.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I might disagree because Correa's been doing a little bit longer. All right. Fangraphs WAR for Francisco Lindor, 32 wins, the average Hall of Fame at 27, 26. He's well ahead of the pace. So, career 1,000 hits, 158 home runs. Yeah, right on the nose.
Doesn't Freddie Freeman have 1,500 hits?
Yeah, he might be. I think it's a round number as well. Elite level.
Yeah, he is over that.
Very, very good level bat. 4-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger, 2 Gold Gloves, Platinum Glove, MVP 5. So coming up early, right on time, really. As soon as players start to get going, he didn't come up incredibly early like that, but he produced right off the bat. Even in a shortened COVID year, it was positive. This year wasn't great by any stretch, but he was still a 3.5 win player or something like that. And if you look under the hood a little bit, his numbers, they weren't that bad, really. So there's something in his head maybe, but he was still he wasn't chasing the ball. He was still hitting it hard. He was getting a little unlucky. But this is a very good track for Francisco Lindor. If he's able to come out next year on all cylinders and do better than last year, then he's going to continue on to be, we like it, above the line. Above the line is what we call it.
Most of these people are above the line.
No, that's not true at all.
I mean,
Lindor, Correa, so Xander, and Seeger are on the line. Here, let's just go to the, we'll go to the end here. Let's just go to the end here. So, what do you think? Do you like the curtains? Yay! It's like a magic show. All right. So we've got the guys that are.
Tatis is the. Dang it!
Here are the players that are below the line, and you can get them pretty cheap. Baez and Story, $45. Adames, $25. Might be a little cheapish in there.
I was about to brag on you how Tatis was $125 until I saw Anderson.
There you go. Look at Anderson, $150. That seems expensive. That seems pricey. There's a lot of recency bias in there because you just won a batting title. So people remember what happened closely, but I would not pay that price. If I could get that price, I probably would.
No, Tatis is actually at 300.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, these are all the PSA 10 of their base card. Now, here's the guys on the line. Xander, Seeger, Buchet. So Xander's going to cost you $100. He's been around doing it a little bit longer, so you should pay a little bit more.
Only at 30?
I'm getting to that. And so Seeger, $50. It could be a little bit higher. I think people are waiting to see if he can stay healthy for a year, and then you'll see that price rise. Buchet, now, he's only a couple of years into it. In 2020, they made a ton of his cards. And there's way more of his cards out there. So if you have more of something, it's worth less because there's more of them out there. So Seeger and Xander have fewer cards, and Buchet has a ton of them out there. So it's going to be lower. But if he keeps doing what he's doing over the next couple of years, yes, I don't think it matters how many cards are out there. Well, it will matter a little bit, but that price should be able to rise. It's been higher before, so yeah, there it is. Now we've got the guys that are above the line: Tatis, Correa, Lindor. These are the guys that are on the best track if you had to put money on who's going to make the Hall of Fame, and so your cards hold relevance and value over time. These are the three that you probably I like Xander as well. But these are kind of the three that you put the most money on here.
Tatis is at number 1.
Probably soon enough, but not right now. He is. $125, 60 and 85. All right, so Tatis, and I think there was a sale recently for like $100, and so we kind of have that $70 to $100 target in there. That may have dropped far enough because I think he'll get snapped up pretty quickly, and it looks like he was. But Correa and Lindor seem like pretty decent values. These 2019 was still printed pretty heavily, and these are the 2015 update. So there's a lot fewer of them out there. Correa, $60. I was able to, in the PSA 10, I was able to get the snow. It was kind of funny. I had a snow camel variation numbered to 99. I got it for $60. Henry saw it and he picked it up, my 5-year-old, and he goes, "Daddy, he cheats." I'm like, "Oh man." So he's got that stigma around him, that Astros logo. So there's a little bit of stigma. Lindor coming off a pretty bad season, but this may be the time to do something with those guys. So
I think Connor told him that. No, I was the one.
I think you told him. I think I told him. I told him. Yep, I think so. So that's what we got. So that's how we do it. So we just, this is how we put together our shopping list. Here's who we're going to target in the off season, and if there are, there's a lot of those other guys that aren't on this list. If they have a hot streak, we know to maybe just leave them alone or exit out of them or something like that because they're not on that long-term track. Anybody not on this list is on a worse pass than these guys.
If this world was a baseball world, that would be everybody's shopping list.
But, right, so
if you want shortstops.
Exactly. I like everybody from Adames on down. So that's what I got for you.
You don't like Baez and Anderson?
Yeah, not those prices. Not really. I don't think there's much shot on those guys. So.
I like those guys. I just.
Are you gonna help me with left fielders next week?
I didn't finish my sentence, but sure. I only know I know Eddie Rosario and Eli Jimenez.
There you go. It's going to be a learning experience for you. Thank you. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
I know a lot of more, but I just can't say them. I'm not stalling to think of them right now.
Right, Mike Trout. Just say Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
There you go.
He's
okay.
a center fielder. They
all
changed him to left. Oh gosh.
He's getting older. Have a great Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.